Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Y'all know what it is. I know I said that I was going to end that series of interviews that I was doing with J.O. at 4, but I'm not going to be able to do that. We got one more we got to do right here, right? So I got to stick true to my word. We're finna get ready to do this episode here, and it's going to be about how he ended up here. I'm excited that he has agreed to come back, but with that said, I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. J.O.
Yo, what's up, Joe?
Look here, I appreciate you doing this for me.
You know
I know that I said that we were going to end this with 4 episodes, right? But I just couldn't end this thing the way that last episode ended. I just couldn't end it, man. I didn't want to rush either, right?
Right.
So let's jump right into it, right? I asked you, how did you end up here? How did you end up here? All the breaks that you had, all the things that were going on, how did you end up here? I want to know that part. And that's what I think is going to be important because, like I said, you had a lot of breaks, and if you haven't listened to the other episodes, go back and check them out. The rise and fall of a basketball phenom, Joshua Odem, and you'll be able to listen in on all of the things that he talks about. But I want to know how you ended up in prison with all of the opportunities that you had, all of the people that were pulling for you. The Most High was most definitely in your corner.
Yes.
It was that. What was it about that lifestyle that you couldn't break?
I say I let money override me.
Money.
Yeah. And
I think that's just the surface of it. I really do. Now, I'm not going to try to put words in your mouth. That's not what I do. But on a deeper level, let me say this. On a deeper level, man, I think that a lot of people involved in the criminal lifestyle, they become so involved in it. You know, in the Bible, it speaks about how God will turn you over to your reprobate mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you stick with something for so long, it becomes a part of you, or so you think that it becomes a part of you. You become a fraud when you're involved in criminal lifestyle. You become a person where you really can't look in the mirror and appreciate that you are a child of God. And you start to give up on yourself, right? Now, a lot of people would do what you just did. And I wish I had this on video, y'all, because I'm sitting here looking at his face. Face long, y'all. Long.
I'm just in thinking process,
Yeah,
too.
okay then. But I'm just
Taking in what I give out.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here thinking about how even after we give contemplation to when we look back over our lives and living the criminal lifestyle, how we'll say it was the drugs or it was the money or it was the women, all of those types of things. I think on a deeper level, man, it's that we are so ashamed of the lifestyle that we were living. We believe that's what we deserve. But go ahead. I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I don't want to send you off on another direction that you were going to go. But that's what when I look back at my life, man, and I think about it, and I was ashamed of my life. I just didn't realize that I was ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? I could look at myself in the mirror, but I never saw myself. After I got so far into the lifestyle, I didn't see myself. I didn't see that child of the Most High. I didn't. I saw who I was trying to portray to the world, a fraudster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A trickster. Or somebody that believed in deception and manipulation. And I didn't think I deserved anything better than that. It's the trick of the devil, of course, but I didn't think I deserved anything better than that. And yeah, I would tell you, so like, yeah, it was money. I like money. I like the gang life, all this and that. It wasn't none of that. I was so ashamed that I didn't even want to look up. I didn't want to see the sun. I didn't want out. What did you say your coach said about, what did you say? It was 3 things your coach said
It was
in the last episode about how dirty you are, how good you can be? What did he say?
He had 3 words that he used. It was being thankful, indebted, and humble. And he say, you never know how bad you are until you try to be good.
And that's when I discovered how bad I was. When I tried to be good. And I saw who I really was. I saw what I didn't want other people to see. You understand what I'm saying? And I think about what you said about in the episode when you said that you couldn't tell him. You couldn't tell your coach. Your first coach said, let me in. Mm-hmm. And you said you couldn't tell him that. Because if he would have saw the person that you are, the person that you believed that you were, you thought he would have rejected you.
Yeah, the fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Yep.
But look here, I done talked too much. This ain't about me. This is about you. This is about you. So go ahead. How did you end up here?
It's about both of us. We learn from each other.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
And I said money from the fact that it was nothing like being able to do what I want, be able to buy what I want, be able to buy my kids what they want, right. And just having that feeling of being able to really just do what you want to do, go right. where you want to go, right. And it was like, well, I can't be the man on the court, but I could be the man in the street. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that had something to do with it, of wanting to be the man, you know what I'm saying? And my deception of being that type right. of man, you know what I mean? But like I was saying, when I went to Gaffney, South Carolina, it helped me right. in ways, but I was so the repetitions of doing the street life, right. I couldn't fully, like we talked about, commit to what I was actually supposed to do. And that coach was hard on me, right. I mean, body language was wrong. I had to run for it. I may turn around and think of something. It felt like he knew what I was thinking. And I had to run for it. Any type of cuss word that came out toward the team, like get mad at the team, like, hey man, what you doing on this play right here? Or, get on the line, J.O. Yeah. Get on the line. And sometimes it got to the point where I couldn't come to a basketball game, even if it was home games. Right. He'd probably laugh at me a little bit right now about it if he heard this, but I still used to sneak into the game. Yeah. Just to watch it. And I was like, damn, this is my team. But he was like, is it really your team when you putting them through these situations? And it made me also think of something. He said, sometimes you got to lose yourself for the good of the group. Yeah. Because you only going to be good as the weakest link. Right. And but he kept on me every day. And that next, had a good full year with him. Then that next year, I tore my meniscus, which gave me a lot of time on my hands. And that's what I wasn't good with
idle time.
Yeah, managing my time. So now I'm going back home more because I got time on my hand to do right. that, And smoking weed, still smoking weed and stuff. Well, smoking weed before the games. I
fell back into it.
I did that. Yeah, I fell back all the way back, victim to it, and so end up going to prison in South Carolina.
For what?
And that was breaking and entering into a building without permission. And
so you don't went from a drug dealer to just a petty thief.
I didn't go. One thing my dad taught me though, never rob a man because you don't know how hard he worked for it.
Gotcha.
And what I was going to get was mine.
Okay, OJ.
It was
Yeah, okay.
but it was a local fella, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he had something in mind and thinking I was just a college kid, you know what I mean? Didn't know that shit. I'm fresh out the can from the county. Yeah. I just happened to get blessed to come to the school, you know. Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, damn, you're a college boy, man. Stay in your lane. So I'm like, oh, well, you know, you gotta go see about this. Then right. You know, I went to go see about it. Going into this house, that's when the neighbors seen, you know, they told and they asked me what I was doing. I was like, I'm just getting what's mine right now. Right. You know.
Where was he at?
And he wasn't home at the time, but I didn't care if he would have been home or not, because you know.
Yeah. Now, what was it that was so important? Tell us that.
It was.
This sounds like something real valuable.
Nah, it was a game system.
It was
it was my game system.
A game system.
Yeah.
Now help me with that. I've been locked up a long time, so help me with that. So you did all that for Xbox.
It's mine.
That's what's up.
You know,
how much time you get for that Xbox?
It got me a little bit over a year.
For real?
Yeah. Because they didn't look at it like I was getting the Xbox.
You breaking and entering.
They breaking and entering without permission into someone else's home.
So did they have Xbox in the penitentiary up there?
Nah, they didn't have no Xbox.
I just checking because you got real serious.
But that right there violated my supervision that I was in South Carolina for. So in despite of all that, when I was in the county, that same coach and the assistant coach was Coach Jones. By the way, that's a great man too, you know. And they came to visit me.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I just wake up, it's like, oh, you know, get to the Sally Port. I'm like, shoot, I'm going to the crib. They're like, nah, you gotta visit. So I'm like, dang, I'm hours away from home, so I know I'm like, nah, it ain't my folks, you know.
Right.
So when I get there, it's the coach. I'm like, oh, what's up, coach? You know what I mean? So we got into a conversation about some things, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What was on your mind at the time? You know what I mean? What made you think like that? You know? And he was like, I don't care what you done, I still want you on my team.
Wow.
And I'm like, after all the rebellion I just did, you just came to my hometown to get me out of this violation in my hometown. Now you trying to get me out of this situation. You know what I mean? So I'm like, me not thinking, I'm like, man, they making it where we go back from not working hard for it. You know what I mean? They just keep coming. You know, Yahweh keeps sending people at me. So I'm like, okay. But then they end up sending me to prison about 60 days later, you know. And they was like, well, it's some unknown variables, but no matter what, I'ma still keep in contact with you, you know. So he didn't have no hard feelings of me being rebellious to him. Right. So gave me mercy.
Right.
You know, and
he saw something.
So I leave there and I go back home, you know, I sit home, I get a little job, I start selling vacations.
Selling vacations.
Spinnaker.
Oh, you're a travel agent.
Man, Spinnaker Resorts and Carnival Cruise Lines.
Right,
you know what I mean? 3 day, 2 night. What you want?
Yeah.
So instead of so I do that for about a year, you know, which was cool, but I'm still in the street, you know what I mean? So, but I ain't trying to be a bunch, so I'm just doing pieces here and there. You know what I mean? I may do a little something, but not much, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, now I just got out. I need to be more aware now, you know? Mm-hmm. But when I was in the penitentiary in South Carolina, reason why it didn't change me fully was because it was penitentiary. Stuff going on in there.
Yeah, you got to deal with the
you know what I mean? So it's like making the money in there, you know what I mean? So it didn't get me out of that hustling mentality.
When in Rome, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so I go home, boom, work. Next thing you know, about 2018.
Right.
I get another call, Joe.
Another call.
I got another call.
What school is this?
And this is
What
Lincoln Memorial University.
Lincoln Memorial.
The head coach is Josh Schertz, and the assistant coach was Omar Watad. Omar Watad, we played high school ball together.
Right.
And he went to Georgetown. He was years older than I was, but he went to Georgetown, played a year, maybe some change there. Then I went to Chattanooga, so he ended up coming to Chattanooga. We played together from there. So, when I left Chattanooga, he stayed and did all that. He graduated, the whole nine. So then he ended up getting that assistant coach, and he called me and was like, yo, J.O., I heard you got another year left. And I'm like, yeah, but what, I got a medical year. What's up? Man, you trying to hoop? I'm like, yeah. You playing though right now, but you playing with me? Like, nah, for real. He said, I think you the piece to the puzzle on the team. So I'm like, yeah, what I need to do? He's like, can you still hoop? I'm like, I can still hoop. He like, yeah, that's what I figured. I said, but I ain't done nothing. I just got out, just a year out of South Carolina prison. So I hooped in there, you know, but I wasn't active, like you know what I mean, running, cardio. I wasn't that. I just did push ups.
College ready.
Yeah, I wasn't college ready. You know, I just did push up, dips, penitentiary strength.
Yeah, all
you
that.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
ramen noodle.
You know what I mean.
That's only gonna go so far.
Yeah, hitting the crock pot and stuff
first
like
quarter,
that. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah. So a few weeks, goddamn, they came, went to Olive Garden.
Yeah,
we sat down and talked. You know what I mean. So I'm still putting up a wall a little bit.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll play.
You still putting up a wall. Your whole life, everybody know now though.
Everybody know, but you know how when you doing drugs, you don't be like, I still feel weird if we're saying that I still.
You might know, but I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, I still feel weird, but me saying I sold drugs, I still feel weird saying that. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you don't never tell somebody you doing that. You know what I mean? So that's just been indebted in me to not to say it. So he was like, well, we gonna come get you, drive you up, and get a little workout in to see if you can,
see what you got.
So I'm like, Mom, dudes, won't he do it? She love when I say that.
Won't he do it? Yes,
you know what I mean? And she already know what you talking about. She be like, well, son, yes, he will, but what you talking about? I said, man, they just offered me to play ball again. She said, look at God. Son, you was protected.
Yes.
You need to, now she know I'm still, she said, you need to quit doing what you doing. Yeah. God is working on you, you know what I mean, before he cut you loose. You know what I mean? So I go up there, so I'm a little nervous at the time, you know what I mean? So we get on the court, boom, boom, we get on there, we hoop, boom. He see that I'm tired because I've been doing for a year just smoking, play ball every now and then, But he see I wasn't giving up, and I was tough. We playing one-on-one drills. I'm going to give you a bucket.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They playing one-on-one me. I got to stop in me, though. I just didn't let nobody score on me. I give you what we call back at home a Carver Bulldog fan. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to think about going into this lane again. You know what I mean?
You better do it.
So he was like, okay, that's enough. He was like, the deal is yours if you want it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the pen at? Sign that signature.
Wow.
Got another shot. Played for a year. We the number one team in the country in D2.
Golly.
You know what I mean? We gave Butler a run for their money. They were on their toes.
Yeah,
but we had some great individuals. Emmanuel Terry, he had at the end of his career, he had 10-day at Miami, believe 10-day at OKC, 6'8" with a 42-inch vertical, outstanding player. Mm-hmm. We had we call him Doe. Rest in peace to Doe. You know what I mean? His mom, hope his mom and dad now good. He had a little accident out there on the lake and boat. The currency took him. Yeah. You know what I mean? he had a big. He played the overseas major job. We had some great players. We had D1 players.
Yeah.
Just
circumstance.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So man, they was gonna help me get my record expunged. They gonna try to send me up somewhere. You know, but as I'm playing, I'm thinking like, I got a reason why I said it's money, cause I'm like, I gotta find some way to make me some paper though. I'm sitting up here, man. I ain't really doing nothing. I'm gonna leave the white. I'm gonna leave the white alone. You know what I mean? Just to be cool with that, you know what I mean? Maybe I need to get some trees, see what the trees talking about one time. You know, I need some money. I got kids now, you know what I mean?
All the reasons to do it,
all the reasons.
Yeah.
So I'm feeding myself.
You're going to talk yourself into it.
I'm giving it all up. I'm giving myself the recipe. Like, okay, shoot, all I got to do is just put it in motion.
Yeah.
And it's going to go,
down.
you know?
Yeah.
So they paid for my, after we got done hooping, I got a ring with that team. Amazing coach, amazing president, man, of that school. The whole atmosphere was great. The support system of the whole atmosphere was great, and they paid for my next year for me to graduate. So by that next year come, I was like, shoot, I ain't gonna be doing nothing. Shoot, I might well get some some weed, see if I can get something going. Everybody up at school, like everybody in college, loves smoking weed. So I'm like, damn, that easy money. They ain't really causing no problem. You know what I mean? So that year come by, I get a random visit from a PO officer. And you know how I'm thinking. I'm like, man, somebody done told on me. Somebody, man, that J.O. done got some weed. He done took over. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
you gotta go.
You gotta go.
You messing up somebody else's butt.
So I'm like, dang. He said, you mind if I search your room? I was like, yeah, I do mind. You know what I mean? What you searching it for? You know, he said, I just can't want to search your room. I was like, dang.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. He searched it, found some weed, you know what I mean? So that kicked me out of that school.
Right.
So now I'm back at home. 2019, I'm back at home. Thank God it didn't reinstate my probation. They just kept it going. You know what I mean? So I'm like, phew.
So you didn't have to go to prison?
I didn't have to go to prison right there. And I'm like, dang. I'm thinking like, my dad like, it's over with. Get ready, son. You know what I mean? Tie your boots up, get ready.
Before we get to that part, let me ask you this real quick. So they find the weed, you get kicked out of school. Did you have a conversation before you left with the coach and the president of the school? And if you did, what was that like? He
was like, I hate that this had to happen. I hate that you done this. You could have changed your life for you and your kid. Because that's when he started meeting my kids, you know what I mean? They coming to... my girl at the time, she was coming, bringing the kids up. You know what I mean? We all getting together. He talking to them. He's like, man, you could have changed your whole life for them kids, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said, what you doing? But when I got that much time, it brought me right back into that money realm. You know what I mean? Like, man, I need this money.
Right.
I got to get some paper.
Right.
You know, but he was disappointed.
Right. And how did you feel about yourself?
I felt bad. I was like, damn. Then everything started recycling in my mind. Like, man, I keep letting these folks down. They keep doing stuff for me, doing stuff, going against the wall for me. Like, and the presidents at the school saying, well, it's in your hands. So if he mess up, it's on you.
It's on you.
You know what I mean? So I'm messing them up at the same time. So messing their judgment up now.
Yeah.
You know, so it affected me. I'm like, dang, man.
But not enough to make you stop.
But not enough to make me stop.
Gotcha. Okay, so now you're back home.
So now I go back home.
Okay.
And now I'm back in it, but now I'm at a different level now. Now I'm back in it. You know what I mean? Because it's just who you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's who you know, and it's like, you know that right person.
You can get it.
He gonna put you in position. All you gotta do is play the court. You know what I mean? Just play the team right. You're gonna be the point. Put me in good position. You know what I mean? So I was like, dude, and I had a great run. It's not good to say that, but I can say I had a great run.
I understand what you're saying, though.
You know what I mean? I had
saying.
a great little run in doing that. You know what I mean? And until, well, I remember my mom said, you know, gotta cut you now. He'll chastise you, the ones that he loves.
Right.
And he'll put you back in a place that you don't want to be.
Right.
And then next thing you know, come here.
That's when they get you.
That's when they got me.
So what was that like? When they caught you, the time they brought you here, right? When you got arrested, tell me what you were thinking and feeling.
My past life started going, phew, everything. Phew. Certain stuff that people were saying was really soaking in. I felt like a sponge.
Wow.
I was sitting there like,
this is it.
This is it right here. This is it.
This is what they've been talking about.
And the crazy thing, the security at the last school I was at, Lincoln Memorial, he told me one day, be careful, because one day you're going to be gone from your family for a long time if you don't stop what you're doing. You know what I mean? So that resonated. Every coach down the line from when it went back from my mama and my Aunt Deborah on the porch waiting on me. All went back talks. Right there like that. And I started remembering everything. I'm like, here it go now. You know? So now I'm in this position and it's like, you know, they say you don't really love stuff until you're gone, till it's away from you. Yeah. But I thank God for thank Yahoo for being in a place like this though.
Meaning what?
Meaning like,
talking about this type of prison?
This type of prison.
Laid back.
Yeah. Because
not as violent as a lot of other places.
Like how where I was at in South Carolina, there's something going, like I'm bug eyed it, like, okay.
But here you can relax a little
here
bit.
I can relax. Yeah, and be in mind. Now I can really
get back to you.
Now I can get back to Joshua, if you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me like appreciate more than time, because people be dropping jewels, and then I observe older men, you know, older people, like you as yourself, how you conduct and carry yourself. I'm very watchful and be like, okay.
You just really slick just call me old, but go ahead though. I'm getting there, you know.
Okay. But just like I've been able to focus on my mind, focus on the things that I love, and really don't take stuff for granted. Don't take this time in here for granted like I did my other times, you know. And I remember Pastor Bishop Matthew A. Barber, rest in peace, he say, don't take God for granted, you know. And I've done that. As you can see in some of the storyline episode, I've done that numerous of times. Just
taking him for granted.
So what? I'm like, so what, God? What you gonna like? You know what I mean? And then until he actually grabbed me, shook me. You know what I mean? And I hate to be in a place like this, away from family and loved ones, but you know, this right here is like, okay. And then certain people may drop a jewel on me, like I said, where it's like, be on time for stuff. And I sucked at being on time. Like I said, I mentioned to you about me not being on time. I might be 20 minutes late for my kid's birthday, but guess what? I got the gifts. You
loaded down.
That coming in with the gifts, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I might be just late, being the lady, maybe going to get something to eat. I got her sitting there waiting because I'm trying to make a play real quick. You know what I mean? And or if I'll take it to the basketball rim, I'm the last one on the court. I ain't late to practice, but I'm last on the court. I'm the last one getting taped. I'm the last one on the court. I'm the last one coming to the film session. You know what I mean? And the first one to lead though. When that buzzer hit, we break down, family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family. I'm gone.
You're gone.
You know what I mean? I got something I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? And it kind of generated to here too, though, because I might be the last one to go to the chow hall in
Yeah,
here.
you do that.
You know what I mean?
Do
I
that.
might be
That's
the
just-
last
yeah,
one
you
to
do.
put my clothes on.
All of
and-
that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it kind of,
But you're working on that.
working on it. Then when Ramadan hit,
Right.
I said I wasn't gonna do Ramadan. I needed something that'll help me lifelong.
Right.
I didn't want to wait for a month later and then I'm
Back
out.
at it.
Back at it. You know what I mean? So I had a officer kind of like be on time for stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't rush. And when he said that, I was like, I did like a 10-second reflect, was like, dang, that's how I got jammed. I've been rushing my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh no, I gotta switch that up. That's what I needed. So now I'm trying to be on time for stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And everything, and take this time for that, and this time as well to get like we were saying, get back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get back to giving back. For
Right.
when I get out, I ain't gotta walk that road. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm conscious enough to be strong. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely. Yeah,
know-
you'll be better in tune to be the person that you were born to be.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I get that, man. Hey, look here. Man, I appreciate you taking the time to do this right. I know I told you before, but it ended up being fine. But that's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And again, like I said, I want to thank you for doing this.
Appreciate you.
I really, really do appreciate you, man. And y'all know what's going on out there, man. And I'm gonna say this before I go. You know, when you listen to these episodes, you're gonna hear a lot of good stuff, right? But I want you to focus in on, and if you have to, go back and listen to it. But I want you to focus in on a person can only prosper to the level that they're educated.
Mm.
And when we learn things, whether it's being done for this reason or that reason, right? But when we learn things and we incorporate them into our behavior, and it becomes a part of us and it leads us down that path of destruction, and we make mistake after mistake after mistake, don't be so quick to look at the mistake. Mm-hmm. Look at what's going on and why the individual is thinking the way that they're thinking. How did they become that person to see life that way? Yeah. There's always a reason. Mm-hmm. And we have to be patient with each other when it comes to trying to learn and understand what that reason is so we can help them. And I just wanted to leave y'all with that. Like I said, y'all know what's going on. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
Peace.